Environment. 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 Environment.
Newfoundland, it can be easy to forget, to destroy the land, pollute the water, air, fish, and more, affect your daughter, your dog, your fall, PCBs, mercury, sulfur, and lead. The ozone spat's becoming history, and the planet will soon be dead. Reaganomics, PC tonics, money seems the key. Forget leaving change to the powers that be. Responsibility starts with you and me. If we don't turn to deeper things, we'll soon cease to be.
There is a decision-making process. We try to be very democratic and try to make decisions during meetings, but since there's only maybe one meeting a week, and a decision has to be made on the spur of the moment. Very often what I'll do if I'm on the telephone and I have to make one really quickly, if I have to make a decision really quickly, I will talk to someone in the room. There's usually 2 or 3 people. I'll get a consensus really quickly and then just go for it. And I think that's all you can do. And sometimes when when I'm alone and I have to make a decision, I'll just have to make it on the basis of my experience and on the basis of what I think the group would have chose. And that's the way it is with most of us. And most of the people who have any decision-making jobs, which is almost everybody. Almost everybody has to make a decision at some time or another. And I encourage the volunteers just to do it. I think it's fine, if you make a mistake, if it wasn't maybe the right decision or not necessarily the right one, but if it wasn't the one that, the whole group would have made, then, that's the only way to learn, is just by doing it.
Hello. Now, as you might recall, about an hour ago, or maybe a little more, I came up and told you about a musician's workshop that was going to be happening in the workshop area. And the purpose of this musician's workshop was to put together a song or two for this glorious day here in the park. They aren't going by any title. I think they've just all put themselves together now over the past hour. So I'm just going to leave them to it. This is the members of the musician's workshop. Could I have some applause for them, please? To begin our presentation, I'd like to read you a poem that was written by another member of the group who unfortunately couldn't stay with us. So I'm going to begin with that. A child speaks out. The environment sucks. But is the earth really dying as all the children are crying? Or is there room for healing? Is there room for feeling? The new spirit of life. Love our earth for all it's worth. And now I'm going to give you a newly formed group called the Psychedelic Ozone Layers.
Acid rain, destroying psychedelic atmosphere.
Don't you know there's a hole up there? Sooner or later, this forest will be gone, and what will be accomplished in the end.
Yowza.
Each year it seems to get bigger, and that's usually because we try to expand and make it more appealing for the audience. It's a free concert, so the amount of money that we have to raise is quite high because we don't charge admission on the door and we don't have a beer tent.
T-shirts became a really easy way to incorporate local artists and became one of our major fundraisers. A lot of local artists who are away during the year and want to be involved with Peace-A-Chord get involved with t-shirt making and painting. This year it was really interesting because there were a lot of Bulgarian refugees in the city who were really interested in getting involved. So some of them who were artists came and painted. The t-shirts have become a major fundraiser. I think last year they sold for the same price as this year, which was $15, which is really reasonable for the amount of time. I mean, some people spend 8 and 9 hours doing one t-shirt, you know. And most of them, I mean, not all of them revolve around a certain theme. They're works of art, you know, that people should know, you know. I mean, that these are artworks by some fairly prominent artists around town and internationalists.
My name is Jim Payne. I'm here today to sing you one song in relation to something that was, I'm not sure if it's in your programs today. There was something in there yesterday about the Coalition for Fisheries Survival. And I did a tour with the Coalition last month, with the Coalition and Mun Extension, traveling around to some of the fishing communities in Newfoundland. And I was quite, it started out as just another gig, but I was quite moved by some of the conversations I had with fishermen and fisherwomen about the current crisis in the fishery. And sometimes it's easy to lose track of here in St. John's, but the fishery affects everybody in Newfoundland. No matter where you live and no matter what you do, what's going on in the fishery is going to hit you directly or indirectly eventually. The thing about the Coalition is that it's a group of people, individuals and organizations that are concerned about the fishery and how it affects everybody. It involves fishermen, fisherwomen, inshore, offshore, plant workers, families, communities, and so on. And the bottom line is that it's a common resource that should be developed for the common good. Plant worker toils on shore and waits for the fishermen to catch a few more and then pack it up for the grocery store till it ends up on somebody's table. How can they feed multitudes on fishes so small? How can they feed families on no fish at all? Get down on your knees for a miracle call, but we'll stick it for as long as we're able. Those empty nets, that's what he gets when you're out on the water, no time for regrets. Those empty nets, that's what he gets. How's a poor fisherman to pay off his debts when he goes out each morning to haul empty nets? Here's luck to the fisherman, he'll need it, I know. As he bobs on the ocean, God bless his poor soul. May good fortune follow wherever he goes, to keep him from debt, load, and danger. And wherever you live, no matter which bay, may bankers and loan boards not stand in your way. May you bring home a boatload each single day, and to poverty be ever a stranger. No more empty nets, 'cause that's what he gets when you're out on the water, no time for regrets. Those empty nets, that's what he gets. How's a poor fisherman to pay off his debts when he goes out each morning to haul empty nets?
Every year we've had a newsletter. It's sort of an annual thing that comes out coinciding with Peace-A-Chord. It's done by volunteers as well, all members of Youth for Social Justice, formerly Plowshares Youth. People who are involved in the group usually write articles about issues that they see as being pressing. The purpose of the newsletter, I'm not only just to provide a schedule which goes in, for the 2-day event, but it's again to educate. I mean, our motto has always been sort of education through action. You're acting simply by showing up at Peace-A-Chord, and it's one way to reach a lot of people. It's also been a fundraiser. We sell the newsletter and we sell ads that go into it. We get a lot of community support, a lot of the local restaurants and cafes and stores, things like that, take out ads in it as well. So it again becomes a real community sort of thing.